Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a draw a landscape with me. So I've picked out a photo from Pexels. So I'm going to put the image, I'm going to put the link to the image in the description so that if you want to draw along with me, you can. And I'm also going to put it up on the screen right now just so that you can see, get an idea of what we're drawing. But if you would like to draw along with me, please feel free to use that link and use the photo as your inspiration as well. So as you can see, I've got my paper as well as a wide assortment of materials. This is my Canson Fluid Mixed Media notebook. I like the smoother paper for the materials that I use. So I'm just going to get started and explain my thought process and what I'm doing as I go along. So to start, I'm going to use my Derwent Inktense red in the color Red Violet. I'm going to be using this for the outline of the mountains. And when I'm drawing the outlines of the mountains, I'm really just being loose and free with it because, as you'll see, we are just going to come through later and blur most of this out. So all I'm trying to do is just get the general feel for all of these peaks and crags and just let my hand flow naturally with the ridges of the mountains, blocking out these little bits of snow on the peaks here. One of the reasons that I do love doing mountain landscapes so much, and just landscapes in general, is that it becomes like a meditative process. You can just let your hand flow along with the landscape. Okay, so I've got my general outline for what I want to do, and now I'm just going to start going in and adding all of these little cracks, marking where some of that snow will be, and also where I'm going to add my color. And there's some amazing formations that these make, noting where the shadows are going to be. Bring some of those in. Walking in this forest. So easy for me to lose my train of thought while I'm trying to speak and draw, so that's something I'm trying to get better at. Adding these nice shadows. We'll go back in and flush out. I just love the way that the peaks play along with each other, and this is going to be quite a big shadow. My camera stand is going to get in my way. Oh, I love this cloud at the bottom. I want to make sure that I keep that in and mark it out. Nothing has to be exact. This is all about creative play. Just going to be flowing freely. Just improvising as I go along. I'm gonna go for the saddle brown Derwent to do that meadow and the trees. Sure. Again, I'm not trying to be exact, I'm just trying to mark out the general outline. I don't know if this is the exact color I wanted, but we are going to roll with it. It's all just going to be part of the overall master. These trees in the foreground, mark them out. Add some shadows along the base of the trees here. Marking the striations that the meadow makes as you get more into the foreground. Okay. Add a bit more forest. That's on the slope of the mountain. But I really love the misty element at the base of the mountain and how it contrasts with the brightness of the trees. So I'm going to try to keep that as much as possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is my favorite part of drawing like this, which is I'm going to start washing away some of these more defined peaks. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to start with this light lavender Tombow number 620. This acts as, well, this is a water-soluble material, so you could just use a water brush and maintain the integrity of the color. But what I like to do is combine different water-soluble materials. Because this is water-based, it's going to create an interesting effect combining the two and combining two different colors as well. So I actually don't know what's going to happen, so let's find out. I want to make sure I keep some white spaces for that snow. Okay, so next I'm going to start going into the foreground. So I'm going to use this one, 991, and just start laying down some swaths of color. I really want these orange and green trees pop in front of the mountains. But I still don't want to go too crazy with the color palette. I do want to keep it all in the same family because I really don't like muddy compositions. I want to keep it limited and dynamic. Focus on a few colors. We can always go back in and darken when we need to. I think I'm actually going to pull a bit of purple. We'll just see or tie it together. Shadows at the base. I like the shadows coming in from the left foreground, so I'm gonna pull those in to kind of tie with the mountains. Let's darken the trees up here as well. I really love using purple for my landscapes. It goes so well with the earth tones. Darkening space. Oops. And I'm going to use this darker color. Let's just see how it lines first. Mix of green and orange at the base of the mountain here. Still trying to keep it roughly the same. You want to create some contrast. Okay, and then now I'm going to start really working on these shadows in the mountain. Okay, I've grabbed this dark purple, I guess violet, Neocolor pastel. So these are water soluble, so we'll see what happens, but I like to use them as more of a final layer because they're kind of hard to work over. Colored pencils will not go over them very well, at least, so I like to use them as a third step rather than one of the first steps. But I am going to go in with it and start darkening out really dark shadows that you can see between the peaks. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, before I really get into that, I think I'm going to use colored pencil to kind of map or define these peaks more. So I'm going to go in with dusky purple. There you go. Define more of these peaks. I'm gonna go in and darken all of this even more with the darker purple Tombow. And yeah, you can even see that I can do the water brushes over the Neocolor 2s. It's not as easy as doing them over watercolor pencils, but you can still wash those away as well. Okay, let's keep going with the darkening of the shadows. What I want to do now is bring out more of that golden, or just a lighter highlight that you can see on the photo reference. So I think what I'm actually going to do is pull in this Neocolor 2 pink color. I'm just going to test it here and see if I really like it. Alright, we're just going to go for it, because I really want to have a contrast between the bits of the mountain that the light is hitting and highlighting versus those really dark shadows between the peaks. So I'm gonna pull some of this in. And I'm never really working true to life. And something that you'll see through a lot of my work is that I'm never really trying to do photorealism. I'm never trying to exactly match any of the colors. I just choose a palette and then work more based off of values and tone rather than trying to match the color exactly. And that way it's much more playful, improvisational. So I'm just picking a palette. I love using purple for mountains, but of course this is not the exact color of the mountains in the photo or this foliage, but instead it's more of the essence of the subject. And yeah, working more around the values that I see rather than trying to match what's in the photo exactly. I'm just trying to get the inspiration from the photos rather than trying to create a photorealistic image of it. So continue with the highlighting. It's never supposed to be true to life. It's supposed to be true to what my soul sees. Same. Okay. Now I think, let's see, I want to do something to kind of differentiate the forest on the mountain slope a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to smooth out some of these marks from the Neocolors, make it more smooth. I'm just going to go over that because it's all dark in the photo. Okay, I found this periwinkle blue. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna use it for the cloud and then come back in with a Tombow and smooth out the cloud. Let's do this one. I really want that misty effect that you can see in the photo. We're gonna go over it and then I'm gonna come back in later. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull down this periwinkle into the foreground as well. When I'm working over a big landscape, I always like to be thinking about how I'm going to pull the colors from different places so that it's harmonious overall. So I'm going to try to pull some of this periwinkle that I just used for this forest into this bits of foliage as well, and the shadows, so we'll see how this goes. I really like using one of these two colors for the sky blue for darkening the shadows of foliage. It just seems to go really well, so nothing too harsh. I'll put some shadows down here. Trees are along this hedge. Kind of cut these, see these hedge lines of the fields, making it messy and fun. Maybe I'm gonna darken the outline of this tree because I don't want it getting lost. Trunks. Everything's messy. I just like to make a mess. About the process, not the result. You can draw more like a child, you will have so much more fun. All about the doing. I make this foliage. Let's get a little bit sharper. I might use. Let's see. I kind of want to use an oranger. Let's try this baked earth and see what happens. Get more of an orangey tone. Make it stand out against that mist at the base of the mountain. Alright, go back in with this one. I really want to define shadows you can see coming in from the left hand side. Tree line as well. See what happens? Just playing as we go along. Playing as we go along. Blur this out a bit more. Ooh, I like that. Add some more of that. This is out of, no. Earth. That's why I love using these three types of materials in combination, because the effects that you can make with all these different colors, I mean, the possibilities are endless. That's beautiful. Because you can just keep layering and adding different colors and blurring them out with different colors. More of that field color. Ooh. I like that. I want to delineate these field lines. Let's do this much. Okay, and now I think I'm going to go down with actually this to start. Actually, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to use the orange. Oops. Orange Neocolor. It's just so bright. Base of the mountain that I don't want it to be too muted. It's really quite bright in the photo. We're going to match that. I really want these trees to stand out, so even though in the photo they're kind of muted, I'm going to make them quite bright. Okay, I really want, there's a nice balance between the very dark shadow here in the photo and the shadow down here. So I'm going to go in with the violet and darken this shadow, and I think I might even use, I have my black Neocolor, but let's see how this goes, because I do want to balance out the shadow. Go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, I don't think I need the black. I don't want to make it too harsh. Out this shadow bit. Get the tree trunk. Adding in a bit of shadow between the trees. Adding in some contrast. Love the way that this all kind of goes together. In fact, I'm going to blur it out. Nope, wrong one. Don't want that. I'm going to blur it out a bit more. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Actually, I'm going to go in with this pinky color Tombow and just kind of smooth out some of these bits. I'll work over them so that they're smoother. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to overwork it, so I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Got it. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. I'm done. Okay, so now I have to decide: do I want to add a sky? I'm always back and forth about this, but here's this product in case I don't like how the sky looks when I add it. But I think I'm gonna go for the sky blue. And all I'm gonna do is just add some squiggles to the sky. I don't know, I can never decide if I like it better without the sky or not, so. It is what it is. You can tell me in the comments if you'd like the white or adding some sky. Got a fresh 553. This is one of my absolute favorite materials to use. And I'm just going to smooth out this out. Don't want it to be heavy, even though the sky in the photo is that brilliant shade of blue. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, I think that will do it. So if you are following along, I would love to see your photos, but let me know what you think. Let me know how it went. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you so much. And I have a lot of things that I want to do with the channel. I'm very new to social media, but I really appreciate all the support, and there's a lot of ideas that I want to bring to life to this on this channel. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.